Okay.
Okay, welcome back to Watts Ohio Adventures and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We went local a day or two ago and went to Chardon Square. Um, this is what you call it, just the
Chardon Square.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chardon Square. Just walked around, looked at all the shops. We stopped in, I don't know, 4 or 5 different local shops, a couple of antique places and some other stuff. Then we decided to get lunch, and there's probably what about 4 different places in the square,
Actually, there was a lot more than I thought there was.
maybe 5.
We had lived here almost 6 years and we just never took the time to actually walk the square. We usually went to go see the Christmas lights or just to go to one particular restaurant. We didn't realize how much was actually out there.
Mhm. So we ended up stopping in at Yangtze's Chinese Restaurant,
Yum.
and it was very good. Small place. Actually, inside was pretty good size.
Yeah.
The storefront was a small place. Once you went inside, I don't know how many it could hold, but probably comfortably 100 people. Um, the food was really good.
Mhm.
And we do know a little bit about Asian food. Lived in Japan for 7 years. Then I was in Korea for a year,
I grew up in Hawaii.
and which has a lot of Asian food. For the people that not from Hawaii that don't know that, and a lot of TDYs, temporary duties to different Asian countries. So we actually do know a little bit about Asian food, and this was really good Chinese food,
Mhm.
and it was very quick. We ordered in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes at the most.
I was about to say it was like 5 minutes and we had our soups already. I got the egg drop
They got the hot and sour.
and then I didn't even get halfway through my soup and our food
No,
was already there.
yeah, it was very quick, and it was very good, and it was a lot of food, and the prices were very good. Very,
Hmm.
I don't want to say cheap because it sounds like, oh, it was cheap food. It wasn't cheap food. Prices were very low.
Well, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck too, because what we did was we got it was a combo. And so you got your choice of a soup, and it came with fried rice, and then it came with the entree. And I mean, it's a lot of food.
Yeah, I was quite stuffed by the time we were done.
Mhm. They had a lot of menu choices. We got the lunch menu, and it was just page after page of different chef specials, combos, appetizers. Oh, don't mind this one right here. He needs a bath tonight. I mean, it was just page after page of all these choices, but we both chose the same exact thing to eat: cashew chicken.
It was very good.
Yeah, very, very good.
And the service was very good as well. I mean, she was very
Mhm.
attentive. She was back and forth several times, and like I said, we got the food within 5 minutes.
Mhm.
It was just really good. It was a kind of a fun day for just maybe what 2-3 hours we spent downtown.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, to me, it was fun. Something different right in our own backyard. I mean, we live in Munson Township, so it's only about maybe 10 to 15 minutes from the square.
Yeah, not very far. It was the square is literally a square. If you drive it, it's kind of an oval, the way they have the road mapped
Mhm.
out, but it's literally square. There, the courthouse is from what the mid 1800s.
Yeah.
Some of the old buildings have been there since around the same time. They've repurposed, I think, all of them except for the old courthouse. Um, there's there's government offices in some of them, like the county treasury and
Mhm.
court annex, and then there's several businesses, several attorneys. Um, there was some kind of holistic healing
Wellness,
center.
yeah.
Um, Probably 2, 3, maybe 4 antique places. A clothing store. I mean, there were several things to do. I mean, you could easily spend an hour, maybe 2 down there. And then with the, it being the holidays, it being a few days before before New Year's and a couple days after Christmas. I mean, the square, the gazebo, and everything's all decorated up, and lights and the trees and the nutcrackers all over the place. And so, I mean, it was really pretty too. So it was a neat time to go walk around, and the weather cooperated.
Somewhat. It started to flurry at us a little bit.
It was a little chilly, but yeah, the wind wasn't blowing, which is not normal. It wasn't raining at the time. It wasn't snowing at the time. Started flurrying right toward the end before we were ready to leave. But
that's why the Yangtze restaurant was perfect, because I was getting very cold at that point, and to go in and have not only a good meal but a nice hot meal. And like you said about the service, it was great. The person who waited on us was very warm and very personable, and it was a great experience yesterday.
So if you're ever in this area, definitely go by, try it out. Like I said, there's several other restaurants down there. We've been to frequently,
the Square Bistro.
But it was before we started doing this, so we will revisit it. Oh darn, because it is a good place to eat too.
Yeah.
And there's a couple others down there that we want to try as well. And as we hit them, we'll put them on here and let you know about them. But definitely Yangtze Chinese, if you're in the mood for Chinese. It was pretty authentic, I think.
Yeah.
Food was good, and it was a lot of food, and it was very quick.
And if you notice, we're kind of staring out because there's a car coming up our driveway, and it's about to get really loud from these two fellers. Well, they haven't seen the car yet.
Hopefully they won't.
The pains of trying to record in this house with two of these little guys. That's so funny.
There's really no use talking.
Yeah, we're gonna pause. Okay, we're back. That's real life for you.
They are little noisemakers.
I don't even remember where we were at, but anyways, good food at Yangtze Chinese Restaurant.
Good food, good prices, a lot of food for the price, and a great place to go walk around if you can spend an hour or less or more, but in the Chardon Town Square.
All right, so stay tuned for the short little video that's going to follow after this. Take care, everyone, and have a happy new year.
And don't forget, if you like, click subscribe, click like, leave us a comment, suggestions, ideas, places to go, things to see, all of it. We're interested. Other than that, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We made the short journey from our home in Munson Township, Ohio to Chardon, Ohio to go for a walk around the Chardon Square. After a very cold walk, we decided to warm up by having lunch at Yangtze Chinese Restaurant for the very first time. They are located at 133rd Main Street in Chardon, Ohio, and they have been a staple of the square for nearly 40 years. We did not regret our choice. There are so many different menu items, and we both chose a combo that gave you a choice of soup, entree, and fried rice. I chose the egg drop soup, while Rob had the hot and sour. We both decided we wanted the cashew chicken. There was so much food, and it was all delicious. The service was amazing. For 2 combos and 2 iced teas, we paid $24.66. They are closed on Tuesdays, but they are open most days from 11 to 9, with the exception of Sundays when they are open from 12 to 9. You have to visit the historic Chardon Square located in uptown Chardon. The buildings are not the original, as the originals burnt down in 1868 when a massive fire swept through the area, but they rebuilt the courthouse and all the other historic buildings. The architecture is beautiful, and it truly is an Americana town. It is very family-oriented. Chardon is very safe. At Christmas time, they totally deck out the area with all these beautiful displays. In the springtime, they have the Maple Festival in the square. And in the summer, they have movies at the park. It is truly a family town. and the square has been host to so many family events. It is a hallmark place for sure.